I don't generally do this, but I have to. Congratulations, Michael B. Jordan.
Yes.
I knew you could do it. I burst into tears.
Did you really?
I burst into tears because he's such a good person, but he's a fine actor.
Yeah.
And to play two roles.
Correct.
And I don't know where it came from. Just like, oh. and to see him with his mom, I was just really, really happy.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. And as you figured out, the Oscars were last night. I'm sorry. And Conan hosted once again. And it's no surprise that politics were a reoccurring theme of the evening. Take a look.
Tonight could get political, okay? And if that makes you uncomfortable, there's an alternate Oscars being hosted by Kid Rock. Yeah. It's at the Dave & Buster's down the street. First time since 2012 that there are no British actors nominated for Best Actor or Best Actress. Yeah. British spokesperson said, yeah, well, at least we arrest our pedophiles.
I wrote this movie for my kids to say sorry for the housekeeping mess that we left in this world we're handing off to them, but also with the encouragement that they will be the generation that hopefully brings us some common sense and decency.
There is an international community of filmmakers dedicated to telling the truth, oftentimes at great risk, to make films that teach us, that call out injustice, that inspire us to take action. And there are also documentaries where you walk around the White House trying on shoes. Oh man, is he gonna be mad his wife wasn't nominated for this.
When a government murders people on the streets of our major cities, when we don't say anything, when oligarchs take over the media and control how we could produce it and consume it, we all face a moral choice, but luckily, even a nobody is more powerful than you think.
So, I mean, what did you think about how political issues were addressed last night?
Well, I think with art, it's always interesting because obviously people take a chance at the mic bringing up what matters to them, but art and movies also move you to feel. So it's like the entrance into understanding some of the issues. Maybe you haven't walked in those shoes before. So I always have to rewatch a lot because it goes late and I have kids. But in watching what I did, I got what I expected. And I just thought there were so many emotional moments that were just beautiful. So, I mean, wasn't surprising, same old. But I love Michael B. Jordan. I love the mom moments, like Jacob, I never say his last name right, Elordi. I like to call him Elidori, but he made a promise to his mom when he was 15, he'd bring her back to the Oscars if and he took his mom to the Oscars. And how many kids say things and they don't show up on those red carpets to have that moment? Beautiful.
I love Frankenstein, which won several in several categories. You know, I actually thought when it comes to politics, I thought it was a pretty tame Oscar from what we've seen before. I expected more, maybe because we are in the middle of a war that Trump just threw us into. But for Javier Bardem, who actually recycled a pin from like 2003 in the Iraq War, really there was no mention of that. And there was no mention. Everybody took jabs. Few people took jabs at Trump, but there was no mention. He was like Lord Voldemort, right? He whose name shall not be mentioned. For me, the Michael B. Jordan moment was very special because he was so grateful, because he took the time to thank the people whose shoulders he has stood on, who opened the doors for him and who came before him, because he took the time to thank the audience, the people who are showing up at the movie theaters and making it a blockbuster, because he went to a burger joint afterwards and celebrated with his people. I just thought it was what you said. Not only is he a great actor.
How cool is that? Look at that.
But when like a great person is also a great actor and gets the award, and his mom. Remember when in the previous awards where he thanked her? He said, you know, when you took me to the auditions that we didn't have money for gas. We didn't have money for the Holland Tunnel, and you would find it to take me to the auditions.
The sacrifices.
Miss Donna, you did good. And you did us all good.
She did. I watched it. I loved it. I loved that Javier Bardem he never shies away from speaking his truth and speaking about politics. And I think, I've said this often, when you do have a platform and you're comfortable with it, I think that you should use it, especially when we are in the middle of war. He also said Free Palestine when he began speaking. And Joaquin Trier's Sentimental Value, who won for Best International Feature Oscar, he talked about the children and how children are suffering from these wars. He quoted my favorite author, James Baldwin, and saying that all adults are responsible for all children. Let's not vote for politicians who don't take this seriously and into account. And we're talking about 175 kids that were killed in Iran. And I also want to point out that the voice of Hind Rajab did not win the Oscar for Best International Film, but if you haven't seen it, I hope you will see it. It reconstructs the 2024 killing of a 5-year-old little girl in Gaza, and it sort of merges real audio with her asking for help and then being murdered. And so I thought the fact that children have been affected by wars is very important. My last thing that I'll say is I thought that the Sinners musical piece was absolutely stunning and fantastic. We saw Black culture, Black excellence, the Jim Crow South, the Chinese influence, and we also saw Misty Copeland, by the way, wearing a piece of history. She was wearing a piece of history. That is the Firebird costume, which was on loan from Dance Theater of Harlem, designed by the legendary artist Jeffrey Holder. I've said before, I'm on the board of Dance Theater of Harlem. We knew this was going to happen, and my God, when it happened, my phone was blowing up.
Well,
people were like, there she is.
She
had hip replacement surgery, and she was there.
It came right after Timothée Chalamet said that opera and ballet was dead, so the Oscars got messy.
Yeah, they got a little messy. So I thought that was fantastic. And Ryan Coogler is so intentional. He had a blues guitar and treble clef braided into his hair. For those of you who didn't notice that, I mean, he is so intentional.
Oh, look at that.
So intentional. Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I would say politics has been a part of Hollywood forever, and it's their moment. They can say what they want. It may not, from a business point of view, be the best decision in front of a mass consumer product. That's what it is, but it's their moment. They can say what they want. But now we're talking about favorite moments, and honestly, I'm probably showing my age, but my favorite moment were the tributes.
Yes.
Because, and it's not just because they were all wonderful actors and actresses, they were.
Oh, Catherine.
But every single one of those producers and actors, they talked about human scale stories. They played human scale characters. And they also, all of them, were famous for portraying situations that any one of us could be in. And I do think in this age, we're so divided. Social media divides us. AI is making us less and less human. The things that bring us back to our common humanity, every scene Diane Keaton was in, any woman could relate to. Rob Reiner's films, we could all relate to them. Catherine, she could make us laugh about everything, including how crazy we are over our dogs. And then, of course, Robert Redford, his films, his persona. I just think we have to remember our humanity. And those were 4 players who made us remember that.
To me, this is the best in memoriam I think they've done.
They
in
nailed it.
years.
They nailed it.
Because one of the things that has always been a problem is who you miss. You don't get to everybody. And somehow this year, they decided to really allow people the time to know that writers and directors and cinematographers and people, wardrobe people,
the whole team,
everybody that goes into making movies. It's not just the actors. There's a whole bunch of folks who do work on these things, and it was marvelous.
It was the first time a casting agent got
an Oscar.
Which is so good, because how many times do you watch a film and you're like, oh, I didn't see that person.
Yeah, and the first female cinematographer
You know
won.
who didn't get an Oscar, though, and she needs to, or I think I'm going to boycott, is Diane Warren, damn it, who wrote our theme song. I love her. She's like now like the Susan Lucci of Oscars. Por favor, give her an Oscar.
And just to finish up, you know, the people that go into making this, you know, everybody understands that they have a minute and a half to make a statement. And so people get to say whatever they can say in a minute and a half. A lot of people get nervous about doing it, so they don't. But you know, you want to recognize that everybody in this country has the ability and the right to speak about whatever it is they choose to speak on in that minute that they have. You don't have to agree with them, but you have to fight for their right to say it. So bravo to everybody who took a minute to say what they had to say. Bless you, all you winners. You worked your butts off, and bless you, all you nominees, because you know, lots of people never win, but you think, oh, that person has an Oscar. And then you discover years later this person was never nominated. So if you got nominated, congratulations to you.
Yeah.